Hey guys, and welcome to Tips and Tricks with TedBearMan Week 1. Today's tips and tricks will be for how to be successful on YouTube. One way to be successful, tip number 1, is to be able to have a monotone and boring voice, because you don't want to scare people with a very exciting voice. Tip number 2 is to try to have a lot of background noise, because you always want people to not know what you're talking about, because everyone knows they want to hear things in the background. Tip number 2 is have boring gameplay, because people could go out and have their own exciting gameplay. They want to watch something very boring. Tip number 5. Always be bad at the game you are playing, because just like having a boring game, people are good at games and they don't want to watch someone be better than they are. They find that offensive. Speaking of offensive, tip number 12. Try to be offensive as possible. Words like fuck and shit and nigger and cunt are to be used at all times, because they will make you cool if you say bad words. Tip number 28. Try to play a non-popular game, because people have games and they know popular games, and you don't want them to know your game so they can't find it. That makes you popular, is if they can't find the game you are playing. Another tip is to only talk about your personal life, because people don't care about the game. They want to learn who you are, and they want to use inside jokes with you. So you have to not have your speaking related to your game. Tip number 56. Be as unprepared as possible. Words like and when you are talking show that you have complete disregard for what you are doing, and you don't care about your audience. Audience will respond to this by coming back for more, hoping that you will speak to them and you will actually like them. Also, playing a game and knowing what game you will play and knowing what you will do is very important. Tip number 656. Try to be as young as possible. Players at the ages of 5 to 10 are the most enjoyable to watch, with their high-pitched and whiny voices. Everybody can relate to them because they are children and will love them. Finally, tip number 16,421 is to have a random title that has nothing to do with the game you are playing, and to have a random description, and to have random tags. Because if you have tags that pertain to your video, people will find it, and that is not what a famous YouTuber wants. They want to be as hidden and unsuccessful as possible. Thank you, and for more tips and tricks with TedBearMan, I am TedBearMan, and tune in next Tuesday. Goodbye.